So, we haven't done this in a minute. So, we're going to go back into doing tarot readings. So, hope you could see me. I'm still working the kinks out on this one. So, we're going to figure out what our magic is today. What does our magic want us to know today? We shuffle 5 times. 2, 3. Ooh! It's like a burst of magic. We are not reading all those cards. That's not happening. And this is one of the easiest decks to shuffle. Make sure nothing fell on the floor. Jeez. Telling you to keep those 2. Sometimes a deck got to fly around. I don't remember what number that was. It was 3. And let's just do 4 and 5. 4. If you hear weird noises, that's my teapot or Jaden. If you hear weird noises, that's my teapot or my middle son. Okay, 5. So we are going to do it the feeling way. We need 2 more cards. I'm hearing 2 more cards. Can I have 2 more cards of what you want us to know today? 2 more cards. Here's 1, and here's 2. So here's one right behind it. So let's see what we have to know today about our magic. Escape, spaceship, voyage, clover. Okay. So, we start with this one. Clover, release your guilt. And then we got voyage. You already have all the answers. We got spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. I want to sing so bad. I really do. But I don't think I have chops for it. Escapism. Come home to yourself. Alright, usually I interpret the cards, but with these cards, I want to know what the deck is saying. So Clover is 21, so we go, and for those that don't know, this is the deck that I'm using. Hopefully you can see it. Isn't she pretty? I loved her stockings. I'm drawn to decks because of the artwork. I guess it's the designer in me. Okay, so we got number 21, not page 21. Clover has released your guilt. You've been carrying the burden of guilt on your shoulders for far too long. It's now negatively impacting all facets of your life and making it impossible to function. You've come to a crossroad where you need to choose a direction. Go ahead and make your reparations or release yourself from the cage you built around yourself. Hint: sometimes the first road leads back around to the second. So, for me, it's like, what guilt are you holding on to? What are you blaming yourself for or feeling guilty for? And it's really not your fault. Or it is your fault, but you're still so stuck on the fact that you messed up that you can't push past it, and it's causing a problem. So that's what that says. Then 34, we're going on a voyage. On a magic voyage. Okay, so voyage says you already have all the answers. You've been feeling lost for a while now, wandering through your life aimlessly, searching everywhere for meaning and never coming up with anything of substance. That's the problem. You keep searching for answers outside of yourself when all the answers can be found within. If you take the time to look, you need a spiritual mentor, and at this point in your life, that person needs to be you. So, I don't know about you, but I know for me, I'm always looking to different tarot readers and looking to different, people to tell me what I know I already know, because even when they tell me it's like, yeah, I know that. I don't know why I know that, but I know that, and that's what I think this is saying. You have all the answers. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. You just have to sit down and take time to know that you know where you're going and that you know what you're doing. So just take time to know that you're doing it, because you're already doing it. Everything that you have is already inside of you. You understand? Release the guilt, and then know that you have everything that you need inside of you. So that's what they're telling us thus far. Thus far, they're telling us to release that bullshit, and you have all the answers. Here we go. They're gonna interrupt my broadcast. Yes. I'm taping. Can I help you? I'm in the middle of the session. No, bye. Bye. Tell them bye. Bye. No, not yet. I have 2 more cards. See, when they're taping, all they have to say is, "Mom, I'm taping." When I'm taping, it's just like, "Wait, can I ask you a question? Hold on a second. Wait, hold." Now the little one is gonna start acting up because he didn't get what he wanted. So, but we're gonna finish this. The devil trying to stop me, but Jesus said no. Okay, so the next one is spaceship, and that's number 43. Number 43. It says, "Don't be afraid to sing." We're not doing reverses, so we are going to just put these up. I'm hearing no reverses. So this one says, "Don't be afraid to sing. You've been made to believe that your voice, you've been made to believe that your voice, that your unique point of view in this world isn't worth very much. Let me tell you the truth." That couldn't be further from the truth. Your words are worth all the stars in the night sky. So don't forget to sing whenever you have the chance. Don't forget to sing whenever you have the chance. Your voice is powerful enough to sink a dozen spaceships. Speak, speak, speak. Because when you speak, people listen. When you speak, people change. People change for the better. When you speak, people are healed. When you speak, you sing. And even when you think that your words aren't reaching, it's reaching. It's just sometimes it has to go further down than with other people. But don't worry about how many followers you have. Don't worry about how many people listen and actually change right before your eyes, because sometimes some people won't change until you're gone. Oh, they're coming back. You know what I mean? So it's like they're telling you to release the guilt. Know that you have all the answers inside of you that you're looking for, and that mentor that you're looking for, that person that you're looking for to tell you what to do and how to move your life. That's you, boo. That's you. That's you. That's you. You're the one you've been looking for. You understand? You're the one who you need to know who you are, and you need to open your mouth and speak, sing, laugh, joke, encourage. Don't hold back anymore. You can't hold back anymore. No matter, you have all the equipment, you have all the tools, you have everything that you need to get this done. And it's not a chore, it's a privilege and an honor. And I don't know if it's a privilege, but it's not, I don't think I'm using the right word. It's like, it's an honor to be able, because not everybody, I think what it is everybody thinks that everybody can do it. And everybody can do it, but they're not going to. Everybody's like, oh, somebody, like, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you see something and you're like, oh, somebody else will say something, and nobody else says something, and you're finally like, okay, oh my God, no one's going to say anything, and then you say something. That's you. That's me. So stop waiting for someone to show up because you're already here. I'll make that t-shirt. Stop waiting for someone to show up because you're already here. That's what this whole reading thus far is about. Okay, so we're going to do escapism. All right, escapism number 32 is our last card. Come home to yourself. Everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows. Some I do. Some of us like to listen to music. I do that too. Some of us like to read. Some of us like to leave it all behind and go on vacation. All of that is totally healthy. Our lives can get incredibly stressful. However, too much escapism can mean that you're not confronting a big problem, which isn't healthy for you. Face it head on and let the pieces fall wherever they may. Stop hiding. That's what I got from that. That's what I got from that card. You got to stop hiding. You got to stop saying, "Oh, I'll deal with that. I don't want to deal with that right now. I can't deal with that right now. I don't want." And you know that that's what you need to do in order to get what you've been asking for. You have to align yourself up with it. But if you keep running and you're supposed, I'll use myself because I don't like talking about people, so I'll use myself as an example. Like, instead of working on the stickers for RX Delights, the branding, I'll go binge watch, Charmed or something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I just don't want to do it. That's what they're talking about. Like, instead of doing videos and talking there, we're going out with a friend when you should be working. That's how it is. Hello. I just want to make sure you don't get a capture of my messy studio. My studio is a mess. But anyway, so I wanted to do a recap of the reading, and from what I've got, the clover is telling us that it's time to let it go. Whatever you did, whether you did it for it, because I have a habit of feeling guilty for stuff I really didn't do, but I was just like, you know what, it was on my watch. It should have never happened, but it really wasn't my fault. That's not what I'm talking about. I think this is talking about the stuff that you did and that you feel that you're still being punished for. Because sometimes when my life gets crazy, I'm like, damn, I must have did something really wrong in my past life for this shit to happen. And it's just, it's rough. So don't stress, don't stress. Everything is going to be okay. Forgive yourself. Because if you're still holding on to something, or even holding on to something that you really didn't even do, and you're taking responsibility for it, that's not okay either. You need to let that go too. Then it's like you already have everything that you need. Everything that you need is inside of you. Like, everything you need is inside of you. Everything that you want for your life is inside of you. Just do it. Just it said you are the person you've been looking for. You are the guru. You are the mentor for yourself, because no one knows you better than you. No one knows how to, like, diffuse you, like what works, what doesn't work. Unless you tell them. And guess who already knows that? You. So look to yourself to diffuse yourself. Look to yourself to understand what's next. Look to yourself in different dimensions. We're not going to get into that, but look at yourself in different dimensions. Like, who would you be if, like me, I use myself because, I'm only talking about people. It's like, when I'm about to do my hair, I'm like, okay, I have to channel the Keisha that does hair, that I have to connect with that aspect and, like, plane of existence for me, because there's different planes of existence, but that's for a whole other video, and I'm still studying it, so I can't really teach that. But you know what I mean? So we're whole human beings for a reason. Be who you want to be who you feel that you're supposed to be. Just be it. I was telling myself I was a designer and calling myself a designer before I actually started even designing anything. because that's what I want it to be. So it's like, and that's what look at me now. I design, and I have my own company, and it's amazing. Camp in New York, now it says, don't be afraid to sing. Now this goes into the next thing. Like the problem I have is always like, oh, I don't know if people want to hear what I have to say, and like you see me itching. I don't know if people want to hear what I have to say. I don't know if they want to hear it. Yeah, I don't know if people are going to be okay with tarot cards. And it's like you get so in your head that you forget the message. And you forget that you've been put here as a receiver that broadcasts. That's the way you need to look at it. That's what I'm hearing. You're a receiver that broadcasts. You get it, and then it goes out. And it's like I kind of understand the L factor now, because I was taught the L factor, that it comes down, the information comes down, and then you release it, and which is the L factor. And it's like, I know for me, I'm at a point right now, I'm full of information that is vital for people to understand. But it's like, just doing this freaks me out, so I definitely can identify with it. But if you can't put it away, it's because that's what you're supposed to be doing. If people keep coming to you and asking you, well, what do I do? And they're telling you like personal stuff, and you're sitting there looking at them like, why are you telling me this? And then it's like, they're telling you this because they know you have the answer. That's or they're telling you it because they know that you'll give your best advice. They don't. That's why they're asking you. So don't be afraid. Granted, like me, I had to learn to be tactful and diplomatic. I keep getting that word wrong. Diplomatic. Because before I used to be like, no. And I used to just be rude with it. You can't be rude with it. That's what might be making you feel weird and guilty. You can't be rude with it. If someone gives you some information and they're like looking for help, just help them. Because you have the voice, you have the information, and everything, all the answers are inside of you. And you use this, and this. And then if you stop running, stop running from what you're supposed to do. Because why? You need to forgive the bullshit that you are carrying around, because it's blocking what you're doing. It's blocking who you're supposed to be. Then you need to understand, I'm trying to get the cards. Then you need to understand that you have all the answers inside of you. Everything that you need to do, everything that you need to know, you already have inside of you. You just got to sit still and listen and get it. And ask the right questions. Always ask the right questions. Then you need to open up your mouth and help other people. You see how they're helping other people, and the rockets going and all this crazy stuff, and it's beautiful, and it's all the energies going around because they're speaking and they're sharing, and no one's hoarding information. Stop hoarding information. It came to you freely, give it freely. This is for you to stop running. You got to stop running, because you don't watch and binge watch Netflix because you're tired, or because you really like Netflix. You're binge watching Netflix right now because you're scared and you don't want to put the effort into what you're doing, because you think it's not going to pan out, or you think it is going to pan out and you're like, oh shit, I'm going to have to do this for the rest of my fucking life, and it's no longer going to be fun. It's going to be work. And you don't want it to be work. But what you have to understand is you are in charge of you. And when it starts to become work, you switch it up and do something else. When it starts to become work and it starts to feel like you don't want to do it anymore, that means it's time to evolve it. That means that you got stagnant. That means that you started chasing money. That means that you're not having fun anymore. When you're not having fun anymore with something that you started out to have fun with, that means it's time for it to evolve into something different.
or that you need to stop doing it and do something else. You might need to just take a break from it. Like jewelry became very overwhelming for me. And it was just like, I felt like I had to sell. I felt like I had to, I had to make things, and it got overwhelming. So I switched gears and I started doing the paradigm shift, which is what we're on right now. You understand? And it's like, this is exciting. It's thrilling. It's different. Am I going to go back to my jewelry? Of course, because it's what I love. So you just move stuff around. But this thing that they have people thinking that you have to do one thing only for the rest of your life, that's what causes escapism. That's what causes people to run. Because if I only had one part of Kayla, New York, instead of a whole, I have the clothing, I have the oils, I have the bakery, I have the jewelry, I have the motivational speaking, I have everything that I've always wanted to do. Just do that. And don't be like, oh, I got to choose one. I got to master one thing. You can master all of them at the same time. Just do little by little. It's kind of like building a house. You got to do it little by little. You know what I'm saying? You don't go, oh, I got to wait to do this one thing in the house and I'm not going to do anything else. No, you build everything around each other. You understand? So I hope you liked this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the that little bell button to know when I upload. I am going to do my best to upload more. I thank you for watching. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces.